Jackson. My name is Kamille Jemison, and I'm a junior legal communications major from deep in the heart of Houston, Texas. I'm looking forward to sharing with you a matter that's very close to my heart because it's the only way that I'm able to attend such a prestigious university. And I'm looking forward to all of the students being educated on something that just sparked my attention quickly because it plays a vital role in my future. So as children, we generally only have to return what we received. For example, class and Miss Jackson, if I was allowed so graciously to use this pen, I would generally only have to return back the pen as it is, with no interest or anything piled on top. But when it comes to student loan, the matter is much different because know that if you are allowing the government to fund your education, you are required to give back more than what you received and pay it back in large chunks. Common results of piling student loan debt on top of interest is returning to the agency that allowed you to receive the loan more money than what you received, possibly depreciating your credit and what we don't want, defaulting. My goal is to inform you on what interest is, why it exists, and how it plays a vital role in our life as a Howard University family. When interviewing Mr. Aaron Reed, he's worked in the financial aid building for 10 years, he shared with me a quote, just a profound statement that I actually wasn't even aware of. 98% of Howard University's currently enrolled students are only able to afford to attend the university by taking advantage of loan options. The problem is that many students that take out loans aren't even aware of what interest is and how it will play a, once again, vital role in their life futuristically. Even if you're on a full-ride scholarship, ultimately, the interest rate plays a role in all of our lives. Not to mention that if there were no student loan option, the majority of the class wouldn't be able to sit here today and learn. I've interviewed people in the financial aid department, as mentioned, and I myself have Sallie Mae loans and JP Morgan loans that made this just a bright experience for me to learn and understand how interest plays a vital role in my life alone. Understanding how interest affects us is easier understood once you understand what interest is. According to studentaid.gov, interest is money paid to the lender in exchange for borrowing money. Now, in my own words, interest is the fee for borrowing money. They loan you money and charge you a fee exactly for that loan. The Student Education Department has become one of the most toughest debt collection around. Over the past decade, the agency has steadily expanded its arsenal of dealing with former students who don't repay their loan. It's exactly where interest comes into play. The longer it takes you to pay back your loan, the more interest is piled on top of your original fee just for taking a long time to borrow. Now that you understand what student loan interest is, I will explain how it's calculated because there are multiple different types of loans. Here we have an example. There is the Stafford loan, the Perkin loan, plus loan, consolidation loans, institutional loans, private loans, and state loans. Depending on what loan you take and how much you take the loan for is really what explains how interest is calculated. So here I actually have a clear example of how they calculate how much interest will be charged for however much you take your loan out. Here's an example. Right now, the interest rate for the Stafford loan is about 6.8. So if you take out $10,000 over the course of 10 years and 120 payments, you are paying eventually $13,763. Now, how does that build up? There are about $3,763 that will be added on top of your $10,000 just for simply borrowing and the time that it took you to pay it back. I know you're probably wondering, for students that don't have loans, how does this play a vital role in your life? One thing that we Howard University students have in common is that we are all American. In 2013, the student loan debt skyrocketed to $1 trillion, adding to the country's national debt. The higher the national debt, the higher taxes. It can lead to reduced social services and our economic status as a whole. Regardless of timing, at some point in your life, interest will impact you. Because the more students that don't pay back their interest, because the interest rate is being lifted, is the more the national debt ceiling will lift and the higher taxes as previously mentioned. I can't remind you enough that interest is the fee for borrowing money from the government. It may not always seem like it, but we are all connected as one in some form. Common results of piling student loan debt on top of interest, once again, is returning more money than you initially received, possibly depreciating your credit, and what we don't want, defaulting. The statistics are overwhelming, but understanding is the first stage to prevention. Interest follows any investment, and avoiding it is key. Thank you for allowing me to share this news with you. Once again, my name is Kamille Jemison, and I am a junior legal communications major from Houston, Texas.